Ruby Rose, the failed actress of the failed Batwoman TV show, and the only successful role that she ever had being in John Wick 2, where she was a mute individual who didn't have a speaking role, is online attacking Sydney Sweeney for portraying Christy, a lesbian boxer, saying that it's Sydney Sweeney's fault that the movie is flopping at the box office. Saying also that Christy deserved better representation, blah, 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 all that nonsense. Nevertheless, the only reason why this movie has any notoriety at all is because of the fact that Sydney Sweeney actually did have some relative box office pull and a rabid fan base of supporters who absolutely love the fact that she is a down-to-earth individual who seems to just get that the fans want to see an attractive woman doing, relatively normal things. And if she happens to portray Christy and it doesn't go well at the box office, it doesn't mean that Sydney Sweeney is the reason why it failed. All it does mean is that people weren't interested in the story of Christy, because most people probably didn't know about the story of Christy until Sydney Sweeney brought it up. But Ruby Rose has taken to Threads, so that's an Instagram sub-commentary platform, to slam Sydney Sweeney, calling her a cretin following the release of Christy Sweeney's biopic of the wrestler Christy Martin that disappointed in his box office debut with just $1.3 million in the opening. The drama opened in more than 2,000 theaters in North America and had a budget of $15 million and only made $1.3 in its opening. This is actually from Ruby Rose, where she says, "The original Christy Martin script was incredible, life-changing. I was attached to play Cherry. Everyone had experience with the core material. Most of us were actually gay. It's part of why I stayed in acting. Losing roles happens all the time." For her PR to talk about it, flopping and saying SS, so SS, she's trying to associate Sydney Sweeney with the SS, just like everyone is because of a freaking jeans ad, to say that Sydney Sweeney did it for the people. None of the people want to see someone who hates them parading around pretending to be us. You're a cretin, and you ruined the film, period. Christy deserved better. So, I don't remember ever Sydney Sweeney taking to Instagram and talking about how she hated and despised lesbians and gays and bisexuals and all these other people of the alphabet community. In fact, she openly supports them. But I guess that Ruby Rose is just looking at the fact that Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican and is claiming that that is evidence enough to claim that Sydney Sweeney hates gay people. But Ruby Rose is a rabidly anti-American, anti-traditional values, anti-good storytelling individual who only ever has starred in movies and TV shows where she has not been the main pull, and the only times that she has starred in a TV show or a movie where she was the main character, it has flopped harder than hard, okay? It has flopped harder than hard, and it ruined her career. She caused the Batwoman TV show with her absolutely disgraceful acting performance to go into such a decline in terms of viewership, along with bad storytelling, bad writing, and, woke identity politics infecting pretty much every aspect of that show. But she was definitely a driving factor as to why people didn't like it, and it caused the show to go into just absolute remission over pretty much everything that it was peddling, everything that it was responsible for, everything that it was being marketed towards. It was destroyed, and she was a part of that. And she's never had a role where people went to the theaters and said, "Yeah, I'm going to go see this because Ruby Rose is there." I can't say the same for Sydney Sweeney. She has a rabid fan base of supporters who absolutely love when she's in a movie or a TV show. Depending on whether or not she even is a good actress, doesn't really matter. People like to see her, all right? People support Sydney Sweeney. They didn't go see Christy because they don't really care about a lesbian boxer biopic, okay? But the people who did go probably went because they liked Sydney Sweeney, let's be honest.